Come on, let's go.
The sheds, garages and barns of Britain are brimful of old and unwanted stuff.
Blimey.
It may look like garbage, but it could be worth a pretty penny. Petrolhead Henry Cole and his expert restorers Alan Millyard, Shirley Douglas and Guy Willison, affectionately known as Skid, love meddling with motors and returning all manner of furniture to their former glory.
It's a revelation.
While upcycling whiz Simon O'Brien
Must be mad.
and his repurposing duo Gemma Longworth and Phil Carroll transform unloved bits and bobs into fantastic one-off items.
Oh, I love it.
This is what we do.
They may have different tastes,
Yes!
but Henry and Simon are here to rescue your cast-offs
Feast your eyes, Ronnie.
and convert them into cash.
£4,000.
That's amazing.
Fabulous profit.
Today, are Simon and Henry getting hitched?
There was a nightmarish moment when Henry and I were the bride and groom.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Gemma's in full colour mode.
This is for kids, so we get to use all of the rainbow colours. So I'm pleased.
And at the valuation, Ronnie's amazed.
I don't know what to say. Sometimes I look at the stuff that you come up with and I just go, wow. I think it's a great look.
Today, the boys are heading west to the county town of Shropshire.
So, off to Shrewsbury. Or is it Shrewsbury? Oh, now that is a conundrum.
It is.
Isn't it?
But then again, I say Bath, but I bet you say Bath. Anyway, we
Okay.
digress. Who are we off to see?
We're going to go and see Cindy.
Yep.
Yeah, she's got a farm.
Yep.
But to make ends meet, she's diversified.
Oh, yeah. Into?
Weddings, mate.
In that case, let's get engaged with the search.
We've been here for over 100 years now, so you can imagine the amount of clutter that you get to collect. So this was a great opportunity for someone to come along and see what we've got of our rubbish that they can make into something a bit more special.
Cindy, this is a farm with a difference. Tell us.
It's a wedding venue, it's not just a farm.
How long's the place been in the family?
1916, our family have been here, 4 generations. My uncle grew up here, he still works for me now. My mum the same. So it's very much a family farm, and we're all involved now of making someone's special day.
So hopefully, Cindy, you're now going to make our day, because what we'd like to do is wander around your glorious place, pick 2 items each and do with them what we will.
That's great. There's so much stuff you can choose from in there. I can't wait to see what you pick.
Do you want to look around? Yeah. No, it's a wedding venue.
Oh, OK.
Would you like to go and look around some barns and sheds?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want to go and look around? I do. God. See you later, Cindy. Not that hard. Hey.
Oh, come on then. Oh, I do.
Oh, now this is my kind of barn.
Working.
Henry and I on a traditional farm, which is now a wedding venue, a marriage made in heaven.
You might have a drink later, but not now.
So, this is all like wedding props and things, isn't it? Air hockey. There's all the garlands. Come on, further in. Oh, there's the catering zone by the looks of it.
Do you know what amazes me, right? Is that Si finds the most extraordinary items in the weirdest places.
Ooh, hello. Look at that. I've always got an eye out for a nice push bike. Now, they're either too rusty or they're just mass-produced. But every now and then, I do spot a lovely thing. Beautiful Claude Butler Tourer. Amazing frame builder. See all these beautiful lugs here, all this work here. That is a very, very lovely bike.
And rare?
Not rare, but desirable.
OK.
Your hipster wants to be seen riding around on these.
Claude Butler were a London-based cycle builder and frame maker who were in business from the late 1920s. They were known for the quality of their cycles, but the Second World War and lack of cycling events severely reduced production. You can still buy one today under the Falcon brand.
Got to be your first item, I love it.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
But what an amazing place. A beautiful old bike and a fully stocked bar.
It's your idea of heaven. Hey, Si, fancy a quick dip?
Later, maybe. Hey, Henry, look.
Oh, yeah, man.
Interested in the hot rod barrow?
No, I'm not. Please take a look. When I was 12 or 13, all I wanted to be was a professional drummer, right? The problem was that I ran out of talent. Now, it has been very much unloved to the point where I've never actually seen cymbals tarnished like that.
You think that you can get that all looking good again and playable?
This is a typical example of something that is totally unloved but at the same time can be easily saved and generate some income. It needs a good clean-up and it might need the odd replacement skin, rather like me.
So that means I've got a bicycle, something I love. You've got something you love.
Yeah,
Drum
great.
kit. This place is brilliant, isn't it?
So that's one find apiece.
I mean, Henry knows best, but can that drum kit be rescued? It's got me beat. Ah,
So talking of drums, let's talk cable drums, shall we?
look at that.
It's proper heavy.
And there's two more behind it, so it's one end of a massive cable drum and two ends of a smaller cable drum. We see cable drums, don't we? But this is a different scale, isn't it? It could be one or two things. I haven't quite decided which yet.
Right.
You're not with me at all. Like, you're just looking blank.
I've not got a clue. No.
That's my second item. Very good.
Right, come on.
There was a nightmarish moment when Henry and I were the bride and groom.
Why am I always the bride? Would you marry me?
You know the answer would be, oh Heather, I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Hey, I've just found my second item.
Have you?
It's a pew.
Oh.
Thank heavens for that. We can get divorced and move on.
Oh, yeah. Look at it. It's beautiful. Now, look, we see a lot of these pews, but normally they're really long. But this one is small. But I'm sure Shirley can sand it off.
Yep.
She can wax it, she can paint it, she can varnish it, whatever she wants. And it could go, well, into someone's hall or...
Down one side of a dining table would work.
Yeah, right. But I think that'd be rather nice. That's it. Second item. Nice.
Let's go and find
Come on, then.
Cindy, we've had a real party, I have to say. Can I have the first dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I never thought you'd ask. All right.
Right. Let's start with that Claude Butler bike. Where'd you pick that up?
That's been in our shed for years. It's one of those things which I don't even know where it arrived from.
So my passion is bikes, so I'm going to give that a lot of love and then take it for a bit of a spin.
Brilliant.
Now, my second choice, it's old school upcycling. Everyone upcycles cable drums, but they are massive. Where did they come from?
They're huge, aren't they? They were used a couple of years ago at a wedding and they put bales underneath them and had an outside garden party. And then they just rolled them into our shed and they've been sat there ever since.
I'm really happy. Over to you, Henry Cole.
Cindy, now look, tell me about my first pick, the drum kit.
Well, that drum kit's been here for a good 30 years, I think. My brother used to play them. He was banished to the sheds to play them and they've sat there ever since.
30 years. That really makes me excited to bring them back to life. Now, my second item, tell me about the pew.
The pew was from a local church. So being a wedding venue and a church pew, we thought we might restore it at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can do an amazing job for that.
I'm sure we can, actually. So look, what do you reckon on our picks?
Amazing. I can't wait to see what you do with it all.
Thank you so much, Cindy, and long may your success continue with this fantastic venue.
Thank you. Thank you very much, both of you.
Are you sure I couldn't have the first dance with you? Really? I know it's metaphorical, but we could... Yeah, I agree.
And on that rather strange note, it's workshop time.
Do you want to go and look around?
Simon and Henry
I do. Not that hard.
are on an upcycling and restoration crusade.
Please take a look.
They both picked 2 items from Cindy's sheds.
Well, I think that'd be rather nice.
Now Simon is in his workshop with one of his favourite finds. The Claude Butler Majestic Racing Bike, built with 531 Reynolds tubes.
It's kind of a steel, but it has layers of alloy and steel, all kinds of clever stuff. And what you get is a fairly light frame, but a really robust frame, but it has spring in it. So as you pedal, it just springs and just helps it push it forward. It's magic stuff. I've always ridden this stuff, and this is getting better and better.
Next, it's on to the cable drums.
Okay, Phil.
And Simon is not interested in the easy option of making a table. He's set his heart on a bench instead, and he's working on a miniature cutting plan for Phil.
So, how about this? Cut them flat like that, and then just sit our big one in with a really tall back, and then this will just come out like just a bit bigger than the standard bench.
OK.
And with the miniature plan understood,
Thank you very much.
cutting time.
Just going to finish these little bits up what I can't get to with the handsaw. OK, that's one side cut. We'll measure the next one.
From drum to drums.
Well, it just brings out the hooligan element in me. I want to hit the road with a band and live the rock and roll lifestyle. On a more serious note, they need a massive clean. But to get the worst of this dust off, I am going to use a damp cloth and then we'll set out with the sort of like furniture polish on the main drum bit, metal polish on all the metal bits after. So really it's a quick scrub and clean up just to get the worst of it off.
Next, Shirley is busy with the church pew.
It's definitely seen better days. Going to take the bottom part off. Got a good idea of something to do with that. This we will start with sanding it and then choosing a nice colour of paint. Right, let's get it sanded.
In Simon's workshop, he's fitting a new set of pedals to the Claude Butler Racer.
On the end of each pedal, there is an R and an L, right and left. And the left-hand pedal is a left-hand thread. And people force it on clockwise, and then they just cross-thread it, and you have to replace all the bottom section, and it's not worth doing. The reason it's a left-hand thread is, as you're cycling along, if it was a normal thread, it would just unscrew as you're riding along, which could be disastrous. Yes, baby. Last thing to do with this pretty thing is change the handlebar tape. That's some leatherette stuff here. It's going to do the trick.
Next, with a bit of help from restorer Phil,
Quick, Gemma's out. Let's take advantage of a level floor.
the cable drums, soon to be a bench, are taking shape.
Yeah.
How are you there?
Oh, no, we're about even Stevens there.
It feels square. Well, as square as round can be.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing bolted together. We say there, and then we'll say middle of that one.
These are standard 4-inch bolts, available at any hardware store. There's a drumming theme going on.
Oh my God, look at that. I have got some cymbal cleaner, which is the correct stuff to do it with.
Then a more radical departure, as Skid takes the rims off the drums for cleaning.
I've decided to take these off because doing it with the bolts in, one, you can't get behind them and you always end up with a dull patch by the bolt. But also with this off now, I can use various different mops and get in the nooks and crannies, and it's a lot quicker, even though you've got to unbolt it all, and you'll get a much better finish because you're using a polishing mop rather than doing it by hand. So I have decided to disassemble it and do it this way.
From drums to pews, and Shirley's getting ready to paint.
Wow, this is beautiful, a real creamy blue. This is called All Blue Eyes. It's really going to look fabulous. This will take probably 2 coats, possibly 3. You will see your colour building as you go. There we are, that's the first coat on. I'm going to leave that to dry overnight. Second coat on tomorrow. And next stage is I'm going to put the seat pad on. So the first thing I've done is I've cut a piece of wadding just to give it that little bit extra cushioning. And then I've found this fabulous fabric, which is really striking against the blue. So the next thing to do is to add the fabric. And to do that, I've cut the fabric about 1/2 inch either side, and then we're going to pin it to the bench. Quite often I do these with individual tacking pins the whole way along, but these strips come with periodic holes. Every 4 and then you pin it. So it just makes it a lot easier to work with. By starting in the middle, it allows you to tease your fabric so that you don't have any ripples. You can work your way out.
And Shirley's also got a plan for the base of the pew.
There we are.
Which she's removed and painted.
I'm going to add a mirror to the centre of it, and then some coat hooks. And hopefully this should be a really lovely piece to hang above the pew.
With the first batch of restorations well underway, it's now time for our second rummage location. And we're on Henry's home turf in Oxfordshire to meet Kev.
Background's a builder, and a hobby of mine was just buying little bits and bobs and fixing them, sorting them out and reselling them.
Kev, during these proceedings, will there be a motorcycle featured in your shed?
1 or 2.
Good lad.
There must be other stuff for the likes of me, Kev.
Yeah, there's plenty of furniture in there as well.
Oh, okay. Items.
So we're going to take 2 items each and do with them what we will, but how will that help you?
Declutter.
Great, Kev. All right, so look, we'll get in there and
Yeah.
have a rummage. Come
We'll
in.
see you later, mate.
Go and have a
Cheers,
look.
Kev. We'll have a look.
Cheers.
Come on then, Si.
So the boys are off for a rummage to find 2 items each to repair, repurpose or upcycle.
And I like the smell of this place. That mixture between oil and wood.
Yeah, let's talk oil. Mate, here we go. A plethora.
At least these days Henry warns me. He tells me that Kev's place is full of motorbikes. He wasn't lying.
Oh, those are nice. Oh, that's nice. BSA and Norton, they made these, right, as little sort of motocrossers for the youth.
Yeah.
And actually, they are a part of British motorcycling history. But if I take them both, right, I could make one beautiful one and have the other one kind of as a donor. But you never know. It may all go really well and I might actually have 2 runners. OK, my first item.
Yeah, good. Sometimes the fact that I focus a little bit quicker than Henry means that I can get things I know he would love to have. Oh, God, Henry, catch! Oh, jeez!
I thought that was going to be massively heavy and I don't...
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's an alloy.
It says racing on it.
So look, we've got an Oz racing wheel. They're very famous wheels. You're going to change its use. Yeah, OK. It's I don't know what he's going to make.
First night. Come on.
So with the racing wheel hub's future remaining a mystery, it's 1 find each.
Aha! I've learned of old. If there's a ladder going upstairs to a little mezzanine floor, go and have a look. Because often, that's where the stuff is kept that everyone forgets about.
Have you found anything?
Well, yeah. It's got hinges, you've got all different shells and things that slot onto it. It's been made specifically to do something, I just don't know what. And you know what that means, don't you?
I've never seen it before, I'll take it.
Well, it's just got me curious.
Is that going to be your second item?
This is my second item, yeah. Come on.
So Simon's second find is also a mystery.
Right, come on then. Got to get into gear. Oh, that's nice. Check that out.
Did you just call that nice?
Well, yeah, it looks like a pretzel.
There's a term I would use.
Oh, here we go.
It's striking.
The reason why I like that is that I've got a vision for it to go even more kitsch.
Oh, take a seat, tell me all about it.
You sure?
You know where it is, don't you?
No.
It's a lover's chair.
Oh, is it?
We'll find our way through the storm to a brighter day. Hold on tight, feel the beat inside. Through the storm to the other side. Keep believing we'll be alright. Stars are our compass, moonlight's our guide. Hand in hand, side by side. Hold on tight, we'll find our way through the storm to a brighter day. Hold on.
Yeah. All right, ease off.
So perhaps I might re-upholster in pink, maybe? And perhaps spray the brown wood gold?
I love your vision of the lover's chair.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Really? We better go see Kev then.
All in all, fantastic day at Kev's. Happily for me, there was a lot more here than just motorbikes. He did take two though, didn't he? Now, we are staying sheltered for obvious reasons, as you can hear on the old tin roof. Kev, I'm going to go first.
Go on then.
I found a strange contraption upstairs, and only now I've got it all down, I've realised what it is. That's a slide. That's a kid's climbing frame. Where did that come from, mate?
To be honest, I can't even remember where I got that from.
So it's a mystery to Kev as well.
Now then, my other item. That, I assume, is off a race car. What's
Yep,
this?
off a Formula 1 car.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Top of the range?
Yeah, man.
Why is that lying around?
I don't know. Bought it somewhere along the line.
OK, mate, they're my two items. Over to you.
Kev,
Yes.
where'd you get the sofa?
I believe I bought that from a charity shop.
What drew you to it?
Just the shape of it.
Did you pay a fortune for it, Kev?
I paid £300.
That's challenged you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've got to add value.
There you go.
Oh, come on, Ronnie. Now, talking about things I love, Kev, talk to me about those two bikes.
Car boot sale. Saw them advertised and I thought, try and fix them. Never got round to it.
Did you ever start them or anything?
No.
Interesting.
Okie dokie.
Listen, Kev, thanks so much for having us.
That's all right.
Look around your fantastic collection
Great
here.
stuff.
And with the rain pouring down, 4 more finds heading for the workshops. Simon O'Brien and Henry Cole
Mate, here we go. A plethora.
are transforming unwanted stuff into folding stuff. They both picked 2 items from Kev's place.
What? Jeez!
Now back in his workshop, Skid's working on the love seat. So called because of its size, meaning 2 people are forced to sit very close together. No need to sand, as the woodwork is pristine.
Now look, Henry is going to do this, an absolutely outrageous colour. I don't know if it's pink, luminous green, luminous blue, I haven't a clue. All I know is the wood is going gold. Right, that's the paintwork done. Now it's off to Andrew, the upholsterer.
Which means Skid can get on with the pair of dirt bikes.
Now, Henry has left 2 little kids' motocrossers. They're NVT Scramblers, which stands for Norton Villiers Triumph. And Henry has asked me, he said, get 1 runner out of the 2 Skid. But I might get lucky and get them both running. The first thing is the same for both of them. Have I got a spark?
Because without one, this resto is stalled.
So all you do, put that in there. Someone's obviously been in here before. Spark plug cap's broken. Short that out on the engine. And hopefully I'll have a spark. Fantastic, that is sparking. I think we're in with a chance. This is fantastic. I cannot believe that both of these have a spark straight out the barn.
And outside his workshop, Restorer Phil has a sporting challenge with the children's climbing frame.
Oh, Phil, this is looking good. What's the plan for this then?
We're going to have to sand it, aren't we?
We are, but is it a paint or a varnish situation, do we know?
I don't know.
I mean, I think we should paint it. Do you?
Personally, I think we should paint it too.
So in your expert opinion,
What you're saying is I'll take the wrap off, Simon.
Yeah, let's paint it. OK, let's sand it then first, yeah?
OK, soundies.
That's going to take a while. And as Gemma and Phil get on with it, inside, Simon's also got a sporting challenge.
Our Formula One wheel hub is about to become a coffee table. It's all just about getting your proportions of the glass right. That big, so 900. Now then, who do I know that is very good working with glass and is obsessed with Formula One racing? Phil?
Ooh, look at this.
It's a wheel of a Formula One racing car.
Oh, it's light enough, isn't it?
OK, well, listen, I just knew you'd do this. So we'll make a coffee table. Apart from that, over to you.
A little mirror underneath. We'll have to sit on a little plinth or something.
It wants to be on feet anyway.
Yeah, because it will just break. Yeah. You do a little strip light round there, and it'll bounce down off the mirror and come back up again. Go on.
Meanwhile, the so-called love seat has gone to upholsterer Andy, whose first job is to remove dozens and dozens of staples before removing the old fabric, which can then be used as a rough template for the new material.
One thing about using a velvet is it's got a pile running in one direction, so you've got the light and the dark. So if you brush it in one direction, it's light, and if you brush against the pile, then it's really dark. But because we don't want to put any seams on the top of the seat, we're going to have to run it one way and have to make sure we cut all the back and everything so it all runs in the same direction.
And with all of the material cut and stitched, time to put things back together.
Yeah, this fabric's quite stiff, and so it doesn't really want to come around these corners very easily without wrinkling up. You just have to do it a bit at a time and work out what will go where. Henry's really challenged me with this sofa. 3 or 4 more hours and we might be near the end. As you can see, it's been a lot of work trying to get around this shape. Just want to get rid of a few more of these wrinkles, and I think it's going to look wonderful.
Back with the dirt bikes, and Skid's feeling hopeful.
Right, the next thing, right, this is easy start. So if you spray that in, that's replacing the fuel that isn't connected via the tank, but I'm hoping it'll at least fire or splutter. Oh, even that little bit for like half a second, that proves I've got compression and it's working as it should. That's just burnt the fuel I sprayed in. Do you know what? That sounds all right. That bodes quite well for actually being able to ride it. Now, I've got to run through exactly the same process on the blue one, and hopefully I'll get the same result. Here we go. Fingers crossed. I cannot believe that. I'm never this lucky. Both of them run. However, it's probably doubled my workload.
Which will involve cleaning the carbs and jets on both bikes in an ultrasonic cleaner.
As I understand it, this thing basically has got a detergent in, it vibrates it a massive amount and it shakes all the dirt off. And then put the lid on, set your timer, walk away for 10 minutes.
And back with the climbing frame, Gemma is feeling colourful.
This is for kids, so we get to use all of the rainbow colours, so I'm pleased. I'm using an exterior paint because, of course, this climbing frame will be going outside. It'll make it much more durable in all weathers, plus, when all the tiny little feet are climbing all over it, it'll protect it that touch more. The frame is looking great in blue. I'm now highlighting all of the smaller details with contrasting colours to make it look extra fun.
And Phil's feeling fun too.
I'm really happy. Anything to do with F1, I love it. All I'm going to do with this is going to give it a good scrub with soapy water and get all the dust and grime off it. Now, because I'm putting a mirror on the bottom of this, I must do the inside because you're going to see everything from the bottom. Right, polish. Oh yeah.
Then in with a ring of LED lights.
Well, so far so good. It's staying where it's supposed to be staying. Yes. Right, let's see if this works. That's exactly what I wanted. It's not supposed to light up the whole room, it's just supposed to highlight the inside of the alloy.
Then finally in with a simple mirror to reflect the light. So just the glass top that Simon's ordered and the job will be done.
Go on.
And the set of drums from the first barn search are finished.
Mate, it is mint, I have to tell you. And also, I must draw myself's attention.
Yes.
To these cymbals, man. They've come up lovely.
They've
What
come
have
up
you used
all
for
right.
that special cymbally thing?
Yes, I did. And everyone was telling me, oh, you'll change the tone of them. But I thought, with you drumming, that doesn't matter.
You can have a go.
No, absolutely not. I have no rhythm. Here, shall I hold your tea? I'm expecting a star performance.
No, mate, look, I'm not exactly, you know, cosy pal, am I?
And Shirley's work on the church pew is finished too.
Okay, now look, right, you got form with this, separating things.
In olden days, they used to put the heating pipes in the church underneath the pews, and they had these boards in front of them.
Is that so?
Yeah.
I never knew that. I do like the colourway.
Well, it's got your name on it, Henry. All Blue Eyes. That's the name of the shade.
That is really nice. Okay, so you would see it as a two-piece set.
Yes.
I love it.
The Claude Butler Racer is very nearly ready for a ride.
Just giving this lovely old leather saddle a bit of food, some leather replenisher. There you go. That's all done. Now it just needs polishing off with a smooth cloth. I know how to do that. It's so nice to ride a hand-built frame. They're just so much more responsive. But if you are doing it old school, you've got to remember that you've got toe clips on.
And while Simon recovers, Gemma has one final job to do on the cable drum bench.
Here we go. That's the varnish on. I'll leave that to dry, and then the lads can figure out how they're going to get it out of the room.
So time to find out what Ronnie thinks about what the two teams have done. Simon and Henry found 4 unwanted items at Cindy's place. Now they've been transformed. But what would she think? We've sent her pictures of the restorations to find out.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That looks fantastic in those colours. I'd like that in my house now, actually. Wow, Simon's done a great job on that one. I'd love it in my wedding venue. It looked great here.
So, Cindy thought we married everything together well?
Well, she did.
And it's all different stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Eclectic mix.
And you know who else is eclectic, don't you?
We do, Ronnie,
Should we get him in?
Antiques expert and valuer Ronnie Archer-Morgan started his long career upcycling furniture, so he's well placed to know the true value of restored items.
I've got to look at this first. This is an industrial cable drum, isn't it?
It's 2, in fact.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Sometimes I look at the stuff that you come up with and I just go, wow. I think it's very eccentric. I think you've been very innovative with that. And this takes me back to my youth. Claude Butler frame, made by Holsworth. I've never seen an extending head stem before. It looks Italian.
Oh, hang on, he's getting his glass out.
Guess what?
What?
It says Italy on there. But that's a lovely classic machine. That's great. This looks like a church pew.
Well, it used to be just one pew.
Well, that went underneath there, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Very clever to take that out and make it into a hall mirror and coat hooks.
I think that was inspired by Shirley, I have to say.
The upholstery is very sympathetic. The studding is perfect. Oh, I like that. And classic drum kit. The membrane's gone here, which is a shame.
Plays well there, Ronnie. Would you like me to show you?
I'd love you to show me.
No, you wouldn't. No,
I
you wouldn't love him
okay.
to show you. Right, I'll start with the Claude Butler bag.
It's a great classic.
The racing bike hadn't been ridden for years. Now it's in full working order with £30 spent on handlebar tape and new pedals.
Lovely bike, love the colour. £200?
That's a speedy profit of £170.
OK, should we talk about the cable drum bench?
It's just so eccentric. It just looks mad. But I love it, and I think it would look great in a pub garden.
The cable reels have become a bench. £10 spent on bolts.
I just don't know what I can compare it to, but I do think somebody would be happy to pay £250 to have that in their garden.
So that's a solid profit of £240.
OK, well, look, let's hope the beat goes on, huh? Let's start with the drum kit, Ronnie.
Nice drum kit.
Yeah.
Just a standard classic drum kit.
The drum kit hadn't been played in 30 years. Now it's cleaned up and good to go again. £30 spent on cymbal cleaner.
It makes the right noise when you bash it right. And a drum kit like that, you can pick up for £200.
Yeah, I think that's a fair price.
That's a profit of £170.
Right, moving on to Shirley's masterpiece. I do think it is cool, that.
I love the colour, and I think taking the underneath panel, repurposing that and making it into coat hooks and a mirror for the hall, it's brilliant.
And the church pew was brown and boring. Now it's blue and beautiful, and with a mirror unit thrown in. £35 spent on fabric, glass, hooks and paint.
With that pew made into a hall settle, £200.
That's a comfy profit of £165.
So, taking off our costs, Cindy will be receiving £745.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Henry and Simon. I'm currently doing a vintage freight railway cart for our couples on their wedding night, so the money's going to go towards that.
£745 for something that had no purpose before. You do a great job, you guys.
Here's hoping for more of the same at the second valuation. Dukes of Junk, Simon O'Brien and Henry Cole are turning leftovers into lolly.
Oh, yeah. Look at it. Beautiful.
The boys' choices made a total of £745 for Cindy.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Henry and Simon.
And so it's game on as the teams finish off the restorations from Kev's sheds. Starting with the love seat.
Oh, yes, Vicar. Come on, man. And he's done a great job. That is a complex upholster, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can have it that colour.
Yeah.
Or you can have it like that.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But the upholstery will cost hundreds. So will there be a return? And the dirt bikes, both of them, are ready for a ride out.
I mean, honestly, you have added value there with two of them, two for the price of one, son.
Happy days.
Happy days. Well, shall we let battle commence?
Yeah, go and frighten yourself.
Oh, mate, I'm up for that. Hey!
And after the fun, just one more job. Some BSA stickers.
There we go. That'll keep Henry happy.
And in the Liverpool workshop, everyone's happy too.
It's great, isn't it?
It's well cool, this. It really is. I had no idea what it was when I found it. And I don't know how you figured out putting it together. I love this colour scheme, Jem. I love your work, Phil. You know what this proves? When we work together as a team, this job is child's play.
Work together. What did he do?
Meanwhile, the wheel hub table...
Delivery for Mr. Phil Carroll.
...is finished too.
Now, I haven't seen this. This has just been your baby, hasn't it?
Yes, of course it has.
Wow. So that looks well cool, mate. And that reflection just works. Nice job, that, mate.
Shall I turn it on?
Hey?
Just hold the phone.
You are just such an F1 fan.
Oh, look at that.
That's so cool. The fact that you can see all the workings as well. Good job, dude.
Henry and Simon found another 4 unwanted items at Kev's place. Now they've been upcycled or restored. But what will he think about what the boys have done? We've sent him pictures to find out.
Oh my God, this looks amazing now what Henry's done to this. I can imagine that being in a posh wine bar in the centre of London. That's nice. It looks like he's put lights in it as well. Yeah, fair play to Simon for turning that Formula One wheel into a large coffee table.
Oh, hang on.
What? What do you mean? What are you doing with those?
Colours there.
Oh, thanks, mate.
There's some colours going on there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, that is much better.
That's better, isn't it?
That's
Oh.
tamed it down a little. Do you think Ronnie might need some shades?
Yeah, he might do, yeah.
OK. Hey, Ron, come on in. Do you need some shades?
There's quite a glare coming from behind me.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I think I'll start with the off-roaders.
Oh, yeah, OK.
Not such a glare coming off this. I love the way you've restored this with the tape. I like the broken mudguard.
The whole idea was to use the green bike as a donor for the blue one, right? And make a nice one. But because of Guy's ingenuity and mechanical excellence, we got both running, and we thought, seeing as they're off-roaders, they're going to get mangled anyway. So why don't we just, you know, clean them up?
No, they're all right. They're what they are, you know. They look like they do the job they do.
Yeah.
And for something completely different, elegance, undulation. I mean, it's a sort of rococo gone mad.
Yeah.
And I think the quality of the upholstery is beautiful. Really nice thing. Not my taste at all, but I really appreciate it.
All right.
Well, what can I say? Great colours, primary colours going on there, kids' playground.
Just fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Come up well.
And you made it these colours.
Yeah, and then, of course, Gemma couldn't resist throwing a little bit of pink.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I really like it. And I think this is a class act too.
Yeah, I agree.
Formula One wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really done a great job. I love the mirror inside, just reflecting the inner workings of it. Another little clutch of things, mostly beautiful.
Ronnie, let's start with my...
Gorgeous
the motorbikes.
bikes.
Yeah, the motorbikes.
They're okay.
Yeah, they are.
Off-roaders.
Don't look at me like that. There could be a full restoration, but if they didn't go...
Let's be honest, the reason they weren't restored is because those kids' bikes were picked up by a pair of big kids.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dirt bikes were filthy and unused. Now they've been cleaned up a treat and ready to roll. £10 spent on stickers.
They look like they've been working hard. For the pair, £200.
That's a solid profit of £190.
Now then, my sofa.
Well, that's a fine thing. I think it's a lovely shape, and I love the sweeps and the cabriolet legs. It's gorgeous.
The love seat looked dull and drab. Now it's an eye-popping pink. £800 spent on upholstery.
And the upholstery is quality.
Yep.
£1,200.
Wow.
That's a hard-worked profit of £400.
OK, Ronnie, my picks, the kids' playground set.
I love the way you've done that. You've painted it in primary colours, you've made it fun.
The climbing frame had little appeal. Now it's crying out to be played with. £40 spent on paint.
I really like that. It has to be £150.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
That's a playful profit of £110.
Let's move on to Phil's pièce de résistance, the F1 wheel.
I think that's a class act, the way that's been repurposed.
And the wheel hub has been turned into a table. £100 spent on glass and LED lights.
Formula One enthusiasts would love that in their den, and other people.
Yeah.
And I'd value that at £450.
That's a profit of £350.
So that means that our Kev is going to receive £1,050.
That is absolutely fantastic. Somebody else is going to use it now. Save being sat in the unit. Thanks, Simon. Thanks, Henry. That's excellent.
So there's £745 in Cindy's bank and £1,050 heading in Kev's direction. The biggest profit today being made by the love seat.
Oh, look, your yin and your yang.
Yeah, well, there is something in between the yin and yang, and that is that pew.
It was.
Yeah.
Once more, we've done some fantastic restorations.
Yep.
And these items have now got a bright future.
Yeah.
Maybe too bright.